Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Declasse Yosemite Rancher, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. That's right, Will It Off-Road is making an appearance. Actually, you'll see Will It Off-Road for the next several weeks, because we are going to run every single car from the recent DLC up and back down this mountain. All of them. And then when we're done with all of that, we're going to take the fastest two and the slowest two and race them up and down the mountain in Will It Off-Road at the races. So we've got the next several weeks of Will It Off-Road in the bag. Well, not in the bag, so we haven't recorded them yet, though we have recorded next week's video already. Look at me being ahead of the schedule. That's rare. So, I absolutely love this truck. And by the way, Yosemite. Say it with me. Yosemite. Not Yosemite. Not Yosemite. Not any other way any of those ignorant fuck YouTubers are saying it other than Yosemite. That is the proper pronunciation of the word. But I love this truck. When the original Yosemite was added into the game, this is what I was expecting when I heard, oh, hey, there's going to be a Yosemite. I'm like, yes, finally. Sure, whatever. They've changed it from the Rancher pickup truck that we used to know from older GTA series, and they've renamed it. Whatever, don't care. We're getting the pickup truck. And as much as I enjoy that lowrider muscle truck, especially in races, I love to race with it. But as much as I liked it, it was never what I wanted. I wanted a short wheelbase off-roader. Pickup truck, an old one, and I have it, and I'm thrilled, and I love it. Look how it freaking climbs this mountain. I mean, we're not even at 2 minutes, and we're already at this turn? What? This is craziness. It's just so sure-footed. About the only thing you got to be careful of is making sure you don't roll it over. It is really top-heavy, and given how much body roll there already is, you get that momentum of all that old Detroit steel kind of rolling in one particular direction while it just likes to go wheels up. So you do have to be careful with that, and I do believe that a few of my friends who you see as represented as little dots on the screen down in the bottom left-hand corner, pretty sure they ran into a few of those issues coming up the old mountain here. But not me, man. I just pressed the go pedal, and go I did. That doesn't make a really good sentence, but whatever. A little bit of a struggle right there, though, but that was mainly because it was kind of bouncing from the transition. Final little climb, and we are up in 2 minutes, 38 seconds. So will it off-road? Oh, hell yes. And look at it. Such a beautiful truck. I love it. I love old pickup trucks. I don't like new pickup trucks like in the real world. They're too big, and they're too cumbersome, and I don't like them. But I love old pickup trucks. If I had like just major disposable cash, I would seriously be ringing up Icon and ordering like an old Bronco or an old Land Cruiser or something like that, and then just driving it every single day. So I think they're fantastic. Heading back down the mountain, and Yosemite, as you can see, because I nearly got rear-ended by Commander Hobo, it doesn't have the best brakes. They're not bad. They're barely adequate, though, so you got to really be careful when you're heading back downhill. It doesn't want to stop, and of course, anytime you slam on the brakes, the nose really dives down, so anything that you may have been about to clear, as far as like your ride height clearance, you might suddenly find yourself actually smacking into it, including, other cars on the road that you could have normally just driven right up and over because they are tiny and cower before you. No, I love this truck, and I don't know why I'm so wired. It's like 2:17 in the morning when I'm recording this voiceover, and I am just like absolutely wired. I think it's because I'm really excited to be doing Real It Off-Road again. I mean, we had a lot of fun recording these vehicles on Sunday, which, by the way, if you play on PC, please join us on the Vainglorious Discord server and then come hang out with us on Sunday afternoons. Actually, we play GTA 7 days a week, but on Sunday afternoons, for the next several weeks, we will be recording Will It Off-Road, and we have a good old time doing it, and you're welcome to join as well. And even if you don't play on PC, we still want you in our Vainglorious Discord server, because we have a lot of awesome people who play a lot of different games from all over the world. Not the games, the people. The people are from all over the world. I guess the games are probably from all over the world too, but that doesn't matter. But on the controlled descent, I'm not having issues, but if you notice the little dots, well, they're a little bit behind. Issues. Since I'm trying to do proper testing and everything, I try to keep things under control, whereas they will just jump over half the mountain, and sometimes it goes well for them, sometimes it does not, and there is somebody parachuting over there, and they're really, really proud about it. But yeah, so they didn't have the best of time coming down, but whatever, we're down the mountain with no issues whatsoever in 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and there goes Commander, I think, flying over the hill. So we're back up at the top for our damage descent. By the way, that time at 2 minute 38 up the mountain makes it 8th in off-roaders. About 18 seconds slower than the Night Shark, but it makes it 15th overall. So a pretty strong showing, considering we've done 271 vehicles as of this truck, 272 as of this video. 15th. To be in that top 20, that's definitely well up in actually the top, above top 10%. So that's really, really good. Coming back down the mountain, things aren't as graceful. Everyone is shedding body parts in rapid succession, but that's to be expected. I mean, we are kind of, just being gravity's bitch at this point. We just are. By the way, if you missed the recent GTA Online live stream that we did on Twitch, you might want to keep your eyes open for that VOD later next week. It'll be next week. We had a lot of fun on Saturday night. And you can come hang out with me on Twitch every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. I stream Talks Take Two. I stream a variety of different games. Oh, look at that sick. Never mind. I was about to say, look at that sick driving, but I screwed it up. Stream a ton of variety of different games. That still isn't working. But yeah, I'd love to have you coming out and chat and just, use your channel points to drown me with my bottle of water that I always have nearby. Or, try to get me to do a 12-hour stream. That's our current, community goal. If they get enough channel points redeemed, I will do a 12-hour stream sometime within the next week or so after they get it. But we're coming up to the last little bit on our damage descent. Yosemite's looking a little worse for the wear, but we are down 1 minute 59 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage. All the windows are gone, the headlights and most taillights. Been seeing the left front fender, the left door, and the tailgate gone. Front bumper damage, slightly bent wheels. And there is a teeny tiny bit of minor body damage. And we'll take a look at the support vehicles over to my left. And wow, Commander's Yosemite smoking like a chimney. That's pretty rough. But that brings us to our next vehicle, the Lampadati Tigon. Tigon. I think it's Tigon. This one I'm not 100% sure on. I got conflicting descriptions from Google in its little, hey, how do I pronounce this thing? I heard it both ways, so who knows. By the way, you may notice if you're familiar with Willett Off-Road that there is no thing about go vote in the description down below. There's no voting right now. Willett Off-Road's not making a permanent comeback anytime soon. It's just going to remain a seasonal thing when DLCs come out. I think that's best. I think it keeps it fresh on the channel. And it lets me, get a few views off the new cars. And it lets you see how they do off-road. I kind of gave up on the idea of testing every single vehicle in the game going up and down the mountain. Viewership was just kind of showing me wasn't the best idea. Willett Off-Road used to get 300-400 views, some of them a couple thousand. And there towards the end, I was getting lucky to get 30 views, sometimes 50. So you guys kind of voted with your views that Willett Off-Road wasn't something you wanted to see regularly. But God, speaking of something I would want to see regularly, I love paint job on this car, and I can't claim it. I didn't come up with it. It is my car, as you can see from the BTYB plate, but what I did is the morning the DLC came out, when I started customizing cars, I let chat help me customize cars. First time ever that I did that. Some of them I liked some of them. I've changed or will be changing. But this design, I'm so sorry I don't remember the name of the person that helped me come up with this design. But I love it. This car looks perfect in this light blue with those copper wheels. And if you disagree, well, you are wrong. Wrong, wrong. Oh, wow, that was Commander Hobo just slamming into me with his little tropos. Man, rude. Didn't really matter much. I like this car a lot, though. It's a lot of fun to drive. Back end is a little bit light, so you got to be careful because it'll bounce around a lot, but it doesn't really seem to be struggling on the mountain. And despite being a rear-wheel drive supercar, we're doing fine getting up here. I mean, we're not going to break any records in the Supers class. Well, we were doing fine until I forgot where the chair was. We're not going to break any records in the Supers class or overall or anything like that, but it's still doing all right. I mean, there's the top of the mountain right there, and we're just over 2 minutes, so you know it's going to get a pretty decent time. There's been no major incidents whatsoever. It's just gone right on up the mountain. Little bit of wheel spin there. Really my fault for getting on the gas before I had the car straightened out. Can't really blame it on the car. We will see, though, that I think the spoiler definitely has an impact on the car. You'll see at the end of the damage descent, there's a spin out that really caught me off guard, and I really think it's because the spoiler was off, and, well, you'll see. But we are up in 2 minutes, 44 seconds, taking out 2 hikers. Will it off-road? Yeah, it does, as I kind of wiggle the camera. You can tell I'm out of practice for, like, getting all my shots for Will It Off-road and everything, but this thing at sunset is gorgeous. I love it. And speaking of sunset, we are going to do a sunset-controlled descent. So we're heading back down. We are now joined by 3 people, including one who... The less said about that purple car, the better. So we're heading back down. Some people like it. Some people like that design. Some people compare it to a Hot Wheel. I compare it, well, like I said, the less said, the better. Anyways, mine looks better. Heading back down the mountain to see how it does. And this is where that light back end is really causing me problems. It's losing grip, it's bouncing around, and because the front end seems to be so much heavier, it's constantly kicking that back end up in the air and then wanting the nose to dive down. So I've got to be really careful that I don't wind up flipping end over end on any of these bumps, which is something that it may not really be coming across in the video, but it kind of felt like it could happen pretty easy if I wasn't really, really hypersensitive to what was going on with the car. By the way, you may notice that the like anti-aliasing things and like the grass detail are a little bit lower than what I normally do in one off-road. And that's true. I wanted to be able to make sure I got the full frame rate. You know, when you guys only see it at 60 frames per second, it comes through for me at 144 frames per second. But I wanted to make sure I stayed above that 144, or at 144, since that's what my monitor does. So I kind of lower the details a little bit when I'm recording now. I also have to do that when I live stream for GTA. I don't know why. I used to not have to do it, and I would maintain my frame rate, but now I guess it's just all the updates we've had and everything. I just have to lower the quality settings. And everything's still on very high, except for the grass quality, which is on high. So it doesn't look bad. Definitely still looks better than anything on the console, even next-gen consoles, because my PC kicks ass and runs circles even around the next-gen consoles. Guarantee it. I'll back those words up come December or November, whenever they come out, if they do come out. Because neither one of them have announced a price yet. Because they're cowards. They're waiting for the other ones to call chicken. Little bit of fishtailing happening there. But otherwise, this has been an absolute delight to drive up and down the mountain. Beautiful car. Beautiful day. Great friends. What could possibly go wrong in that, except me braking too early? We're down 2 minutes, 28 seconds. There's Hobo landing on his ass. So we're going to go back to the top of Mount Chiliad. We waited for daylight so that those of you on mobile wouldn't be staring at a very dark screen. That's right. I realized that like 85% of my GTA viewers are on mobile devices, so I try to record only when it's daylight in GTA. Because I know it's really hard to see on darker scenes. So I try to keep it in mind. Oh, I'm getting battered already. Looks like by an Angry Dutchman in a Lampadati as well. I think we're all in Lampadatis, actually. Pretty certain. Okay, I'm a little stuck on my, I'm a little stuck on my roof there. Sorry, I don't like it. I think it looks terrible. There, I said it. Oh, there we go. There's the back end coming off, and that's what I was talking about. You're going to see, especially once I try to get around the wood pile later on here in a minute, the back end just spins around on me. But you notice it a little bit as well, even when the few rare occurrences when I am going straight in, I'm on all four wheels, that the back end just isn't as planted anymore. Okay, I've managed to get stuck sideways in one of these tunnels twice now, just as I was nearly sorted. Shin came along and just screwed it all up. But that's what friends are for. God, that Komodo sounds so good. I love the noise that car makes. I was going to try to pay him back and missed. So I just missed. By the way, make sure you're playing Will It Off-Road Bingo. The link is in the description down below. And if you get bingo, I'm going to put bingo in the comments. We've only had like 3 winners ever. At least that I know of. If people have one, they haven't mentioned it. We have a little bit of a spin out here, though, and I really think that's due to the lack of the spoiler. So I had to kind of readjust. And then, thanks, Sven. But we're finally down 1 minute 49 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Tigon, or Tigon, however you say it. Most of the lights go on, the side windows are missing. The rear body panel is just up the mountain somewhere. The doors will not close, and there are bent wheels. And wow, I did this spinning around shot really, really slow. Heard a gun get fired, though. That's cool. And we'll take a look at the support vehicles. Yeah, everybody looks pretty battered. I'm surprised about those dents in that other one. That's kind of surprising. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Will It Off-Road. Make sure you come hang out with us on Discord. Follow me on Twitter so you get announcements of new videos and live streams, as well as other randomness that I post throughout the day. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.